Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dial-R Twi'lek Tactics. In this video, we're going to be going over another Eternal Evolution deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at none other than Sorietta that you see to my right now. Sorietta is a character that the game is just going to feed to you at the beginning. I have her, you have her, everybody has her. So everyone could benefit from this deep dive. She's pretty straightforward, but you might want to know the best way, so we're going to go over that. So let's dive into the pre-recorded footage on my pay-to-win account. All right, let's go.
All right, so the pay-to-win account. Sorietta. Everyone's going to have Sorietta. This is another one of the characters that the game is going to feed you. As you progress through the campaign mode, they will give you a free copy of Sorietta. Still a good character. She's definitely useful. It's an energy character, so keep that in mind for your Guild Hunt store upgrades. She's a multi-hit character, so in the same kind of breath as a Taylor, a Bot Mart, and Emma, but she's not a hunter. She's a energy character. So let's go into her skills first, shall we? So her ultimate, Sorietta, or aka the Star Dragon, gathers all of her psionic spheres in the field and bombards the target enemy. Each sphere deals 170% damage. Doesn't say attack damage, although it's probably attack damage. After the ability is casted, all spheres will remain scattered around the target for 5 seconds, during which time her passive effect will no longer take effect. And the passive, it says right there, is Star Dragon creates 3 psionic spheres around him. Oh, so it's a him, which are orbiting 2 meters away. Okay. So makes sense. Cast the spheres out, and then the spheres are around the enemy, which case they wouldn't be around him. Okay. And then the attack, increase the damage of each psionic sphere by 187 and 204. Those are just the level breaks. The talent modifier, after the skill is casted, the cooldown of Rage of Dragons is refreshed. Rage of Dragons, where is that? Oh, it's her third skill. So, Implosion casts an energy explosion under the nearest enemy, dealing 120% attack damage to all enemies in the blast range. A psionic sphere is created at the location of the explosion and lasts for 15 seconds. So this is an AoE. And the damage just goes up with each level break. The talent modifier is cast a weaker energy explosion to the target enemy again and generate a psionic sphere. So she'll do a big blast AoE and then a weaker AoE each time, creating a psionic sphere. And this is Rage of Dragons, which is what the ultimate's gonna refresh. So fire a cannonball into the forward sector, dealing 106 damage to all enemies in this sector. So forward sector being, I'm assuming, the nearest enemy to her, because I'm not gonna say it's not your characters that were in the front, because I have had, like, say, Randall in the back, but since when he was on the field, he was ahead of the furthest character, and that's why he got targeted. So it should really read the deal damage to all enemies in the forward sector is really the enemy closest to him. And knocking them back. If there are any psionic spheres generated on the ground in that sector, it also knocks them far away, so like to the back of the map. Enemies that are touched by a psionic sphere take 86% damage. And then though that just goes up with the level breaks. The talent modifier, enemies that are touched by a psionic sphere are stunned for 2 seconds. So she also got a stun. So she's got a multi-hit ultimate, similar to Taylor, Emma, Bot Mart, and then she's got 2 AoEs. And she's got a knockback, and he's got a stun. Sorietta just seems like a girl's name, I'm sorry, so I keep saying she. And then the passive, psionic spheres deal 20% damage to an enemy upon making contact. So these spheres are just, the enemy hits them, they get hurt. And the talent modifier, when when touch the enemy. There's some good English. Psionic sphere. When they touch the enemy, psionic spheres have a 30% chance to stun the enemy for 1 second, is how that should read. So more more stun. All right, let's look at the equipment then. So at the beginning, when I didn't have proper gear, before I was min-maxing, I had 3 attack sets because obviously she's an attacker. Attack sets will boost her damage, but pardon me, as you get later on in the game, I recommend building her like an attacker. So 65% crit rate, and then the rest into crit damage and attack, and you're good to maximize her damage. As you see, let's go through my gear. So I got crit rate gloves, best easiest way to get a bunch of crit rate gloves, and then 1 set of sun signet, and you're good. You're at that 65. So very easy to hit 65, and then attack, and then look for. You don't really need crit rate if you're getting it just from your gloves in a set. So look for crit damage and attack. As you see, I didn't get any there. I got extra attack. I got crit rate. So not optimized, but Sorietta is not one of my main. There's crit damage, extra attack. She's not one of my main focuses. She serves. She does what she doesn't. Well, she does what she needs to do, where I need to use her, and other than that, she just is. Let's look at her exclusive. So, just unlocking the exclusive says when using energy skills to deal damage to the enemy, each psionic sphere increases the damage of the attack by 40%. When using energy skills to deal damage. So it's basically a big old 40% damage buff. And then at 10, which I'm almost at, the extra damage of every psionic sphere is increased to 70%. So basically that just goes up 40%, 70%, 115. And then it looks like she gets some extra stuff at level 30, but you're never going to take it to level 30 because she's an elite, not an SS. And her exclusive, in my opinion, doesn't even warrant 20. Really doesn't even warrant 10, but I'm getting it to that point because I just had the runes on hand. But yeah, so I don't know. Unlock it, take it to 5, take it to 10. Up to you. Don't take it any further than 10. All right, so now we'll show you where she is useful. So she is useful in multiple places. If we go look at my ancient altar, I got 1 ticket left, so I can show you. So I am saving it up till Sunday so I can get the highest damage possible on Hell. But we'll show you. I still use her in Ancient Altar. So there she is on my number 3 team. So, and I got Botmart, Taylor, and Sorietta, all the multi-hit damage dealers, all on the main boss. So she's good there. That's what you'll use her in Altar. She's not really good in the Rise of Heroes boss unless they change the boss. This is a summoner boss, so she's not good there. But she is good in Disa Caves. I have a video highlighting how I used her to beat stage 12 when the healing ad came up. She was very useful because you can use her to target the bug to get it down as quickly as possible. But now I don't use her. I'll show you my team now. This is my Disa team now. So I'm actually running Botmart since I got Botmart up, and then Bailey instead of Randall since I got Bailey evolved this morning, and then Taylor, right? That's what I'm using for Disa. But you can use her for Disa. She's a very, very good Disa Caves character because she does multi-hits to bring that shield down as quickly as possible. You're not going to use her in Terra Dome. You're not going to use her in Sincero Marsh. But you will use her in the Guild Hunt on this boss. Oh, I can't see it. So, the Atlas Whale. So, I can't go into it. It's not active even though we got max tokens. The Atlas Whale is basically a multi-hit boss. So, just like the last boss in Ancient Altar, although I'd say Sorietta is more specifically tailored to go against the Atlas Wheel because there's mechanics about take it down a shield and then do a bunch of multi-hits for increased damage. So she's really good in Decent Caves, the Atlas Whale in Guild Hunt, and the last boss in Ancient Altar as well. You will use her. She's an energy character with multi-hit damage. You will use her when Twilight Lands comes around, and I've forgot to mention that because Twilight Lands is so rare. It's probably the rarest event we got, that you can use it pretty much any character that you have developed in Twilight Lands. So she does have some use, and as I said, the game is gonna feed her to you. You're gonna have her. And yeah, that's about all I really have to say about Sorietta. A good character, but not a great character, but not a bad character too. So it's not too shabby. She's going to be the bane of your existence in the campaign modes, or the story mode, when you come up to a node and there's 2 of them in the back row. Let's go quickly see before we wrap this up. Am I stuck on one of those with a Sorietta? I am. Look at that. Go figure. Stuck on a Sorietta node. Alright, well, I'll play around with that later. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for Sorietta. So if this guide was helpful at all to you, if you made it to the end, put dragon in the comments so I know that you made it to the end, and I will thank you profusely. So till next time guys, take care, cheers, peace, bye bye.